In today's world, images can be as powerful as missiles. The battle for influence is often fought not just with weapons, but with the stories nations tell and the images they broadcast to the world. Iran recently released a dramatic, computer-generated video showing its FATA missile destroying a simulated American aircraft carrier. The video is slick, cinematic, and designed to grab attention both at home and abroad. The message is clear. Iran claims it can strike America's most powerful assets, projecting an image of technological prowess and military reach that rivals global superpowers. But this isn't military proof, it's propaganda, crafted to create fear and project strength. The video is a carefully constructed narrative, meant to shape perceptions and influence both domestic and international audiences. The video claims Iran's new missile can defeat advanced U.S. defenses like the Aegis system, and visualizes a saturation attack, overwhelming defenses with a barrage of missiles and drones. It's a scenario designed to look unstoppable, even if reality is far more complex. While Iran calls the FATA missile hypersonic, many experts doubt these claims, seeing them as exaggeration to boost the missile's reputation. Independent analysts point out that true hypersonic capability is extremely difficult to achieve and verify. This is classic military posturing, bold claims that are hard to disprove without real conflict. Such displays are meant to deter adversaries and reassure the public, even if the underlying technology remains unproven. The video is a psychological tool aimed at U.S. decision-makers and the public, not weapons engineers. Its real target is the minds of those who might shape policy or public opinion. Iran's propaganda push goes further. A new mural in Tehran shows a burning U.S. carrier captioned, "If you sow the wind, you will reap the whirlwind." This visual message is meant to be both a warning and a rallying cry. This turns military threats into public art, reinforcing the message of national defiance. It's a way to make the abstract idea of resistance tangible and visible in everyday life. By placing these images in public, Iran's leaders aim to show their citizens they're standing strong against foreign pressure. It's about building unity and confidence in the face of international challenges. At the same time, it's a clear, menacing signal to the outside world. The message is unmistakable. Iran wants its adversaries to think twice before taking any action. In this digital age, the battle for perception is as fierce as any on the battlefield. Social media, news outlets, and viral videos are now weapons in their own right, shaping how conflicts are understood and remembered. Iran's video is a warning shot, one meant to be seen, shared, and debated. In the end, the real power of such propaganda lies in its ability to spark conversation, stir emotions, and influence the global narrative. Iran's video was a direct response to mounting tensions in the region, a calculated move designed to project strength and rally domestic support. But it was also a reaction to something much bigger unfolding on the world stage. The Iranian broadcast came as a real show of American force was already underway, with the U.S. Navy making its presence unmistakably clear in the Persian Gulf. The USS Abraham Lincoln carrier strike group was rerouted to the Middle East, a move confirmed by President Trump, who called it a massive fleet. This decision was not made lightly. It was a deliberate signal to both Iran and the world. An aircraft carrier strike group is a floating fortress, carrying over 70 aircraft, including advanced fighter jets, surveillance planes, and helicopters, all ready for rapid deployment. The carrier is protected by a ring of warships equipped with the Aegis system and Tomahawk missiles, forming a shield against threats from air, sea, or land. This deployment is classic gunboat diplomacy, a visible threat meant to deter Iran and reassure U.S. allies in the region that America stands ready to defend its interests. The U.S. is signaling that while Iran makes threats, America has real military power at the ready, with highly trained personnel and cutting-edge technology on constant alert. The stakes are now higher than ever, with both sides watching each other closely. Every move scrutinized for signs of escalation or restraint. The U.S. is also repositioning advanced air defense systems like THAAD, bolstering its ability to intercept missiles and protect key assets in the region. At the same time, Washington is working with allies, including the UK, which has sent fighter jets to Qatar to strengthen the coalition's air power and readiness. These moves create a layered network of offensive and defensive capabilities, integrating multinational forces for maximum effectiveness. The message to Iran is clear. Any aggression will be met with a swift multinational response, leaving little doubt about the consequences of escalation. The region is now a powder keg of advanced weaponry and tense anticipation, as both sides brace for what could come next in this high-stakes standoff. As U.S. warships approach, Iran's military leaders have ramped up their threats. The head of the Revolutionary Guard warns they're ready and have their finger on the trigger. Any attack, they say, would make all U.S. bases in the region targets. To prove their point, Iran released drone footage of the USS Abraham Lincoln, sending a chilling message: "There is no benefit to hiding." Iran's allies are joining the chorus. Yemen's Houthis released a video hinting at new attacks on shipping, while Iraq's Kataib Hezbollah vowed to fight alongside Iran. This united front signals that a conflict could quickly spread across the region. The U.S. faces not just Iran but a network of proxy forces ready to escalate. The risk: any strike could ignite a much wider war. Inside Iran, the picture is far less unified. Widespread protests have erupted over a collapsing economy and government mismanagement. The government's response has been harsh. Security forces crack down, internet access is restricted, and even doctors are arrested. This unrest puts Iran's leaders in a bind. External threats can rally the public, but war could devastate an already fragile nation. Propaganda videos and tough talk are aimed as much at Iranians as at Washington, trying to show strength and distract from domestic turmoil. But many Iranians are exhausted by years of sanctions and hardship. A new war could be catastrophic for the regime and the people. Iran's leaders are gambling, using the threat of conflict to force concessions, but knowing a real war could threaten their survival. The stakes are as high at home as they are abroad. The U.S.-Iran standoff is rattling the entire Middle East. Major airlines abruptly canceled flights to Israel and the Gulf, a sign that governments see real risk of conflict. Regional powers are caught in the middle. The UAE, usually aligned with the U.S., is hedging, offering support but refusing to be a launchpad for attacks. Western allies are reinforcing their positions. The UK has sent jets to Qatar, and U.S. envoys are coordinating with Israel. This military buildup is meant to deter Iran, but it also raises tensions further. Even countries outside the region are drawn in. Iran highlights its few remaining friends, like India, to show it's not isolated. Every nation is recalculating alliances and risks, hoping to avoid being caught in the crossfire. The region is on edge, with everyone bracing for the fallout of a potential conflict. The world is watching, hoping for de-escalation. In this standoff, propaganda is as important as firepower. Both sides know that perception can shape reality, and the battle for hearts and minds is fought just as fiercely as any conflict on the ground. Iran's missile video is pure theater, a best-case scenario where U.S. defenses fail. These dramatic displays are carefully crafted to send a message, not just to the U.S., but to Iran's own people and regional rivals. There's no real evidence Iran's weapons can defeat a carrier group. The video is meant to sow doubt and fear. It's psychological warfare, designed to make adversaries hesitate and the public anxious. The U.S., meanwhile, projects overwhelming power with its carrier strike group, a show of force that's also a form of psychological warfare. These massive ships and advanced aircraft are meant to reassure allies and intimidate opponents. But both sides know the truth is murkier. Behind closed doors, military planners grapple with unknowns and worst-case scenarios. Iran's offensive capabilities are untested, and U.S. defenses have never faced a true saturation attack. The reality is, neither side has ever experienced a direct clash at this scale. This mutual uncertainty is itself a deterrent. The fear of the unknown keeps both militaries on edge, wary of making the first move. Analysts warn, propaganda is designed to make each side second-guess its own strength. The information war is relentless, with both nations trying to control the narrative. Iran's strategy is asymmetrical, using missiles, drones, and proxies to raise the cost of war for the U.S. These tactics are meant to exploit vulnerabilities and stretch U.S. resources thin. Their goal isn't to win outright, but to make conflict too costly to start. By raising the stakes, Iran hopes to deter any direct confrontation. The real outcome remains unknown. Neither side can be sure of victory. This ambiguity shapes every decision, every move on the chessboard. This doubt forces caution on both sides. Leaders are compelled to weigh every option, knowing that a single miscalculation could have devastating consequences. Leaders in Tehran and Washington must weigh the risks of war against the dangers of their own rhetoric. Every statement, every show of strength, carries the risk of escalation. In this information war, uncertainty is the most powerful weapon. It keeps both sides guessing, and for now, that uncertainty is what keeps the peace. The US-Iran standoff is a dangerous game of brinkmanship. Both sides flex their muscles, but neither wants a full-scale war. For Iran, war could mean regime collapse. For the US, another costly Middle East conflict. The real danger is miscalculation. A single incident could spiral out of control. Escalating rhetoric narrows the space for diplomacy, making it harder to back down. Reports that Iran's supreme leader has moved to a bunker show how seriously the threat is taken. In the end, propaganda and deployments are part of a tense dance of deterrence. The world waits, hoping caution prevails over catastrophe.